Margaret Ann Windsor, kidnapped in 41, brought to Moulton, Alabama. That's near Huntsville, where my money and all kinds of treaties and over-the-counter deals done just to keep me alive while they were torturing me. I'm talking about the United States. Who do you think built the Space Center? Anyway, that's where I was taken, not too many miles from Huntsville. And the reason I'm doing this one, I have done a lot, and I get out my father's picture, and I show that, King Edward VIII, who the United States and part of the Windsor family and the New World Order, who's in place now. And you'll go ahead and accept it, it's already there. I've been telling this, I found out about my kidnapping in 83. And I've been told over and over, quite frankly, we don't give a. What they've done to me, the United States and its people, that have come in here from other countries, I include, is a piece of the pie, just like my husband said, when they were doing despicable things to me, and this was a Jew so-called doctor. I hope I can say that since my kidnapping, illegal treaties were done, the UN was created, that's your New World Order, overseen by the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Bilderbergers, the Kennedys, the ones that kidnapped me. Joe Kennedy was the ambassador appointed by Roosevelt. So I've put all this on here, and the fact that my father was married to Claudia O'Keeffe, American Catholic, and she's Irish. And my aunt is Georgia O'Keeffe, the artist, because you wouldn't know who the Queen Mom really is. They think it's the Elizabeth's mother, and she was kin to the Rothschilds, so I figure that's the end to taking down my father and putting a 99-year seal to cover it up. Now, if you've bothered to go this far, because I've lived my life and I know it, and I know who cared for me and who hung in there, and I don't want to start crying. It was the British people who've lost everything. And the U.S. military treaties are illegal. Elizabeth and her father signed illegal treaties that allowed it. Her father did, and then she's continued with his crimes and helping the New World Order. In other words, the United States installed their own monarch over there to represent them. So the U.S. put its military bases all over Great Britain, forced the British to be hostages, and they kidnapped the monarch, me, Victoria II, replaced me with George VI and Elizabeth II, who are illegal. So all this mess has been illegal. Israel, the study of Israel began, and all this mess is illegal after, well, I didn't sign it, and my dad didn't sign it. But hey, they're in power, and, you know, I've watched this morning and last night on TV, I've watched Kate and William, the reception given to them and calling them royalty. No, they're not. They're part of the New World Order. They're illegal as hell. They're spending my money. Nobody cares to go back. Nobody's been held accountable for any of the crimes committed to me personally and my sons Mark and Scott, who are heirs after me, to my mom and dad and to my country, and to the Germans who hung in there and helped me. My family there, part of the Windsors, I hope, are still the good guys, but as far as I know, a lot of them, and Elizabeth, man, that whole group is spending my money, my home. I've been kept homeless, and the crimes committed against me are so stacked, and that's what the FBI said to me. I'd done a medical malpractice book, MD, A License to Kill. It was about mind control and murders that fit into patterns that were done deliberately, and I've got a whole stack of them on YouTube. I've been telling it since 70, before 70, and because I didn't know the mechanism used, mind control, until 76. Did the book. Larry Flint was shot, and the guy was programmed to shoot him. Now, I'm not going to put some other things on me other than the antifreeze I've told about was put April Fool Day and day because I'm a joke to everybody. You can do anything to me, and they have. I talked about the tapes that were, well, that's a good one. At least I can keep it straight, can I? The antifreeze was put in me. I did the book and got a letter from the FBI, and this tape's going to run out, and I keep trying to give background. I wanted to say now, though, that I was going to tell about the German, well, he's not German. His wife was a German Jew. Am I allowed to say that? He was from New York Jew. And I started to tell about that, what happened in 62, 63. And I get into telling it, and you can't put it on a video. So what I'm going to say now is I've been kept a pauper, homeless, the torture done to me, and I'm talking about torture that if the world sees it, I don't think they're going to condone it, okay? And while you all are up there oohing and awing over Kate and William, who are illegal, and I'm down here 76 years old almost, you've treated like the scum of the earth. And I've been telling you about mind control murders. I want to get into that. The Brit that was just killed, and Matthews is held for that one, and the Morgan Harrington, Hannah Graham, Morgan Harrington, and the other one in that group was Murphy, Alexis Murphy. They're going to go ahead and prosecute this man who was under mind control. This is what I've been telling about. This was connected to Virginia Tech and University of Virginia. So I'm not going to get on that because I've been doing this, and the crimes committed against me, they're ongoing. And while I've been doing all this and living like this, my money's been spent, Elizabeth and company, on her whole hoodlum bunch. And I don't even know where my sons Mark and Scott are. But I want to get into now. I had this heart of gold. I really did, no matter what had been done to me. And I still have it. I don't want to feel different. I hope I've wised up. I wanted to say that I went into McDonald's, in which nothing against McDonald's. I like McDonald's. Hamburgers, the biscuits there, whatever, when I can afford it. Let me put it that way. I went in there this morning, and I looked across when I can barely come up with enough money for a biscuit and coffee. That's my coffee. And I'm going to have to do this quick. Across from me at a double table, they had about 3 or 4 little ones, kids, that were walking around. And I wanted to tell you that this was the change from breakfast to lunch. They got breakfast. There was like 5 trays lined up. They were filled with orange juice. They were filled with everything on them to the brim. The kids were getting out of it. The mothers, there were 3 of the mothers sitting there. When I'm talking about, you should see the trays, how they were overflowing. You couldn't believe it. Then they went back for lunch when they switched the menu over to lunch. They come back with hamburgers. They come back with more trays. I thought, my God, these people may be legal. They were from, I'll go ahead and say it, they are Hispanic if I didn't say that. I'm watching them, and it's hard to believe because I've been behind in lines at the grocery store where WIC, and they were from another country. They had different language speaking, and a lot of them are Hispanic. These were this morning. And they have the baskets of groceries filled when I can't afford squat. I mean, I really can't. So put yourself in my shoes. I've been telling about all this and things still being done to me, and you've got people marching up in New York, and I don't think my tape's going. So anyway, I'll stop it here. I don't think it is going. But people had all kinds of options. They could have marched, signed petitions. They could have done anything other than trying to shut me up and torture me.